Okay, so for the Medill Students' Choice Award, basically every year MUSAC asks students to nominate a Medill professor who has had a strong impact on their Medill experience, and it's a way for journalism students to show their appreciation for some of their favorite faculty members. Past recipients are among the best and brightest in the Medill family, and this year we are pleased to present the award to Matt Paolelli. Matt is known for producing content on Northwestern's website, as well as managing the social media for the university. He also appears as Willie the Wildcat in all those commercials you see. He he teaches two first-year journalism classes, which are 2011 and 2012. And this year I have the privilege of working with Matt, under Matt at University Relations. Matt was also my 2012 professor my freshman year. In class, Matt was very encouraging, always helpful, and other current and former students feel the same way. One student said Matt was their go-to person for anything concerning Medill. Another student summed it up well by saying they wished Matt could teach during every quarter they had a Medill class. And a third student said Matt ignited and fueled their passion for journalism. And having Matt as my professor last year, that was definitely the case for me as well. And we can't wait to see how many more students Matt will inspire in the years to come. Congrats to the one guy who truly bleeds purple and this year's recipient of the Medill Students' Choice Award.
Set this over here for now. Okay. Well, you told me I could speak, so I'm going to take advantage of that. Since, I don't know, I've never had the opportunity to give an acceptance speech before, and I'm not sure I will again until I win a Pulitzer, so thank you for indulging me. But I guess, first of all, I just can't really believe that I'm doing this right now. It's just, I don't know, it's a tremendous honor. I've always believed it's a privilege to teach at all, much less at my alma mater, and to be recognized by Medill students from such stellar faculty is an even greater honor. I remember when I was a Medill staff member at the dawn of Medill 2020 and the new curriculum, and when they first created 2012, I would visit classes and give my lesson in Photoshop or Premiere, and then I would leave right away. And I always wanted to stay and see what work the students would produce using the skills that I just taught them, and also get to know them beyond just helping them fix the wireless in their laptops. And then I also knew just from hearing students talk how rigorous and perhaps torturous 2011 and 2012 are, and I thought it would be cool to have a chance to teach those classes and try to make them a little less torturous and a little more fun, especially since those classes kick off your Medill experience, and if you have a bad time, it can be a major turnoff, no pun intended. So fortunately, I can thank Michelle Batoon for giving me that chance, and to Desi for letting me continue my run teaching. And I've had the pleasure of teaching 2012 8 times now, and had my inaugural turn at 2011 this past fall. And so over the past 4 years of teaching, I've learned that there are a lot of perks that go along with being a professor in Medill. I've had the privilege of grading no less than 37 audio slideshows about Benison's Bakery. I've done 42 video stories about Edzo's Burgers, and 16 final projects about the experience of international students at Northwestern. So I hope one day to teach originality to freshmen, but that day hasn't come yet. So, but aside from this award, I've also gotten some incredible feedback from students. They've been far too kind in the CTECs. The best CTEC I will ever receive was definitely, if 2011 is a war zone that leaves you bleeding and broken, Matt is the attractive nurse that gives you hope to keep pushing forward. So if the person who wrote that is here tonight, thank you for your clear praise. And even though teaching at Medill is one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had, my only complaint is that sometimes, given the classes that I teach, it feels a little bit like Groundhog Day, where I teach the freshmen how to become sophomores, and then I watch them leave, potentially never to see them again or see any of the work they produce in their career, or even in their time at Medill. And then I start with a new crop of freshmen who are afraid of technology and don't know how to use any of it. But that's the great thing about this award and this event tonight is I get to see the incredible work that my students and other Medill students have grown into producing. And I get to feel some measure of pride in their success. Because I knew you when you didn't know what a jump cut was. And I taught you how to smooth out that audio edit. I made you think about why you should use a certain platform to tell a story, and I probably even gave you a Medill F. But now you're doing fantastic work and being honored for it, and honoring me not just with this award, but also through the work you're doing too, and I'm humbled by both. So I just want to wrap up with some thank yous. I'd like to thank God for giving me the talents and skills that I have, and the ability to share them and pass them on to my students. I'd like to thank my mom, who's here tonight, and taught me everything about everything, including telling me about Medill when I was in high school and didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I'd like to thank my younger brothers, who are also here. They taught me how to be a teacher and taught me a lot of patience that has served me very well as a teacher. I'd like to thank my fiancée, Teresa, for her own patience and understanding every time I say those romantic things like, I have class tonight, and I have a lot of grading to do this weekend. And I'd also like to thank all of the Medill faculty members who taught me what I know about this craft when I was a student, and the faculty and staff who have encouraged and inspired me in my own career as well as in my teaching. It means a lot. And finally, I'd like to just thank the students for being so open to my instruction, so willing to laugh at my jokes, and for just being the enthusiastic Medillionaires that they are. I'm truly blessed to have been able to teach you, and I can't wait to watch you go places. And I really hope seeing this award on my resume is still impressive to you when I'm coming to you for a job in 10 years. So, and also, as my students know, I always insist on a class picture on the last day, so if any of my former students are here, I'd love to get a picture with you guys out there afterward. But thanks again for such an incredible honor. I really don't know what to say.